Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on this invisible network that makes our digital world feel so incredibly instant. It's called a Content Delivery Network, or CDN for short. And honestly, it's the secret hero behind pretty much everything you do online.
Okay, let's just dive right in. We've all experienced this, right? You click on a video from a creator who's, halfway across the world in Tokyo while you're sitting in New York, and it just plays instantly. How? How is all that data traveling thousands of miles across oceans and continents in literally the blink of an eye?
Well, the answer is kind of surprising. It isn't that the data is magically traveling faster, it's that it's traveling a much, much shorter distance. A CDN basically transforms what would be a long, slow journey into a quick, local trip. And the way it does this is, well, it's surprisingly simple and just brilliant.
So to really wrap our heads around this incredibly complex global technology, we're going to use a really simple analogy, one that I promise you'll probably never forget. Pizza. Yep, pizza. Just stick with me here, it'll make sense.
Okay, so first, I want you to imagine that any website you love, it could be your favorite news site, an online store, whatever, is a single master pizza kitchen. It's the only one like it in the entire world, with all the original, secret recipes and ingredients.
All right, now what if that one kitchen, which in tech terms we call the origin server, what if it was located in, say, Italy, and you're in New York, and you order a pizza? It has to be made all the way in Italy and then flown to you. By the time it gets there, it's slow, it's cold, it's just a terrible experience, right? That delay, that's what we call high latency.
Okay, so this is where the CDN comes in. It's like a logistical genius. It doesn't move the original kitchen out of Italy, no. Instead, it just builds local branches, little local pizza shops, all over the world.
And really, that's the whole idea of a CDN in a nutshell. Bring the content closer to the people who want it. So now, when you order that pizza in New York, you get it from the New York branch, not the one in Italy. And boom, it's fresh, it's hot, and it's super fast.
So how does this actually work in the real world? Well, those local pizza shops, they're the real heart of the CDN. And in the tech world, they have a very specific name.
They're called edge servers. And an edge server is really just a computer, part of the CDN network, that's physically located much, much closer to you than the website's original server. Its one job, its only job, is to shrink that physical distance your request has to travel.
Okay, so think back to the pizza shop. How does it make your pizza so fast? Well, it keeps all the popular ingredients, the dough, the sauce, the cheese, all prepped and ready to go, right? That's exactly what caching is, just the digital version of that. The edge server stores copies of the most popular files, images, videos, bits of code, so they can be delivered to you instantly.
So, let's put it all together. Here's what happens. You request a website. Your request gets zapped over to the nearest edge server. Now, if that content is already in its cache, boom, that's a cache hit, and you get what you want instantly. If not, that's called a cache miss. The edge server then has to go all the way back to the origin server in Italy to get it. But, and here's the really clever part, it delivers the content to you, and it saves a copy for the next person who asks for it.
You see, the entire goal of a really good CDN is to get a super high cache hit ratio. And that's just the percentage of requests that are served directly from that local edge server. For major websites, we're talking numbers well over 95%. And that is why your online experience feels so seamless. Almost everything you're seeing is coming from a server that might just be a few miles away from you.
But you know what? Making the internet feel incredibly fast is really just the beginning. CDNs have a few other superpowers that are, and I mean this, absolutely critical for keeping the whole internet running smoothly and safely for all of us.
So for starters, there's reliability. If one of those edge servers goes down, your request just gets automatically rerouted to the next closest one. You probably never even notice. Then there's scalability, which is huge. And so important today, they provide security. They act like a frontline shield that can absorb these massive online attacks. Honestly, these aren't just little features. They are the actual foundation that entire multi-billion-dollar industries are built on.
Just think about it. A viral video that gets 10 million views in an hour, or a huge online sale on Black Friday. Without a CDN, that main origin server would just melt. It couldn't handle it. CDNs are the only reason millions of people can access the exact same thing, all at the exact same time. This scalability, it's the engine that powers modern e-commerce and all of our streaming media.
And here's a look at the actual real-world impact. This chart shows something called time to first byte. That's basically how long you have to wait for a website to even start loading. And just look at that difference. A CDN doesn't just make a site a little bit faster. It completely fundamentally changes the entire experience. It makes it feel responsive and alive from the very first click.
So you might be wondering, where does all this actually matter in my daily life? Well, the simple, honest answer is pretty much everywhere you look online.
Every single major e-commerce site you shop on, it's using a CDN to make those product images load instantly. Every major streaming service, we're talking Netflix, YouTube, all of them, they rely on a massive CDN to deliver that smooth, buffer-free movie night right into your living room. They have truly enabled this on-demand world that we all live in.
So really, when you boil it all down, the crucial point is this huge difference. Before CDNs, the internet was just slow. It was defined by long load times and that dreaded buffering wheel. But with CDNs, the entire experience is transformed. It's fast, it's super reliable, and it feels completely, totally seamless.
You know, learning about something like a CDN really makes you think, doesn't it? It kind of makes you wonder what other hidden, invisible systems are out there, quietly working in the background, making our complex, modern world possible every single day.
Hey, if you enjoyed this little explainer and you want to understand more of the tech that's shaping our world, definitely subscribe to Refreshing Tech. We've got more simple and useful tech insights just like this one. Thanks so much for watching.